What's up, guys? Welcome to the Pete's Basement Show. This is the first episode for our buddy Cheeze Burger here. Welcome to Season 8, cuz Steve's back. And if you want to know why we're all just kind of sitting here like defeated, it's because Steve has been making us laugh our asses off for the past, I would say, half hour to 45 minutes. And if you want to know what we were laughing at, you can very easily subscribe to the show for the $3.99 a month and get all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Roger's been yelling at us to start the fucking show. He's got just an abundance of bullshit right before we actually start filming that you guys will just love and laugh with us.
Trail of bullshit a mile long.
Oh, man. Guys, we got some great books to talk about this week. We got some big comic book news. We've got some speculation on some other stories.
Sorry. He burps, nobody thinks anything else.
I don't know, you're making fucking weird noises.
That's some other shit there, man.
Yeah, that was like...
You like inhaled on the burp. What the fuck is that shit?
It's a Dino thing.
You got a fly down there or something?
Ribbit.
You choked on a candy cane, didn't you?
Yeah.
Could somebody please eat these fucking candy canes? Christmas is like last year. We got some great books to review this week. We read some really great books this week.
It was a good, the quality of the books this week was good.
Yeah. Guys, I encourage you to look at the Pete's Basement extras for just a whole bunch of nonsense that took place before we started filming today. So we're kind of like, laughed out at this point.
The stupid, it burns.
Oh, man.
Tired, like, I'm ready to go home.
We're going to talk about the Spider-Man decision that has gone on this week, which at this point, at the moment of taping, it's all still a rumor, according to Sony, because they haven't, they're denying it.
Of course they are.
Yeah, they're a bunch of dicks. It's like they're babies. They wanted to be the ones to say it first.
They also like the publicity.
We'll get to that right now. We got Thomas Alsop, issue 8. That story concludes this week. We got Conan and Red Sonja team up from Gail Simone. That one started up. We got X-21, good fucking book. We got Dynamite's Vampirella, number 100. We got Rat Queen's Special Braga, number 1. We got Avengers 34.2 and 40. God only knows why.
Yeah,
We got Star Wars issue 1 and its 9 zillion covers. And we've got Mortal Kombat X issue 1. Those were digital books that have now started to be published, regular mainstream. So just in case you missed them online, now you can get them in your local comic shop. We also
have to go grab those.
Have some HellBoy posters, which we meant to give out last week when HellBoy and the BPRD issue 2 came out. But now, since, we're always late anyway, fuck it. We are going to give out 3 of these, signed by artist Alex Maleev. These are an Instagram exclusive contest. All you got to do is share the picture that is going to be posted on Instagram on Tuesday. And that's all you got to do. Hashtag it, Pete's Basement Contest 9. I believe it's going to be 9, if my memory serves me correctly. And at the end of the drawing next week, when we do the show, we are going to draw 3 names randomly out of a hat. And those guys or girls will win the HellBoy posters. Just like last time. Pretty simple, right? So, make sure you share the pictures and win your HellBoy posters.
Yep.
Nice.
Man, I feel like dumbed down. Steve really took it out of it.
Taking the gas and then laughing. It's just...
We just came off the high and now we're like...
Yep.
Like, I feel like my dog got hit by a fucking steamroller.
Shit, dude.
And honestly, that's kind of how Thomas Alsop must have felt at the end of this issue.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's the segue to end all segues.
That wasn't bad, though.
Masterfully done.
I gotta say, I didn't really plan it, but it seemed like it would roll into it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, book of the week, and it was a tough call.
It was. There was a couple of good books. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of good books.
But overall, I don't think anything wowed me so much as Alsop issue 8. from our buddies Chris Miskowitz and Pally Schmidt from Boom Studios. I hope you've been following this since issue 1. Thomas Alsop actually set a Pete's Basement record 8 months ago. Do you remember what it was? You remember? Do you guys remember?
8 months ago?
Yeah, when it first came out.
Fuck, I don't remember what happened last week.
Oh, come on, it's a Pete's Basement record, man. Thomas Alsop was the first book ever to have its first 2 issues be Book of the Week.
That's right.
Remember that?
Oh, nice.
Wow, 3 out of 8.
Yeah, man. 3 out of 8. This series was that good. USA Today called it the best miniseries of 2014, and I would be very hard pressed to disagree. I haven't read something this good in a while, and it's not just because, it takes place in our own beloved New York City. If you've been following this, which I hope you have,
You should.
Alsop is this, he's like a TV personality. He's an exorcist. He's an illusionist. He's like fucking Chris Angel meets that psychic dude that was reading everybody's mind and telling them about their dead relatives
John
and
Edwards?
shit. Yeah, sure. I don't remember his name. You could have fucking said
There's
Roger
like
Kenny.
5,000 of them.
Yeah, I know.
And they're all phony.
And that's how people look at him. They look at it as it's just entertainment.
Right.
He's got a TV show and everything, which really pissed off the powers that be. Basically, he is the hand of the island. He is Manhattan's protector against all things evil and supernatural. Because if these things take over Manhattan, for whatever reason, Manhattan is the nexus of points like ley lines and shit in the spirit world. And if Manhattan goes under, all are fucked.
Right. And if you've seen Ghostbusters, you would know that already.
That is true. Very true. Hey, man, Miskowitz is from the neighborhood, so I wouldn't doubt that he has drawn his inspiration from stuff like that. So, without a doubt. And one of the major plot points that they start to turn toward is that all of the unfortunate souls that died due to the terrorist attacks on 9/11 are still trapped here. And in the last issues, when Ramon, Cheeze, and myself beat the shit out of Alsop and threw him off a boat, it's because we were pissed off that when he said that on national TV, him being, like just a TV personality and everything, this was fucked up. Like, you're taking something very serious and you're mocking it. Your show is cool, but this is not fucking cool. Yeah. You don't make fun of something like that. And to him, he wasn't making fun of it. He was being serious. Like, listen, these souls are still trapped here.
But everybody thinks he's a hack.
Right. And it's a publicity stunt and this and that, and he's just doing it for the money.
Right.
All in all, I'm not going to ruin the ending of the story for you.
No.
But I will tell you that throughout all 8 issues, Alsop runs into so many things, like ghosts in the subway. That dude was fascinating. Dude made out of like mist, who was really like an unfortunate character.
I guess the Alsop universe or the Hand of the Island universe is so fucking awesome. I want more. And I still want that fucking source book.
Yeah. All throughout the book, he references the items that he's using, and it's always like Alsop Armory item number 57, mirror bands. Like if me and Ramon wore the bands, we would look like each other.
Yeah,
Right.
Which is fucking wild. A satchel that if you put it, like if I put
Pandora,
my pen in the pot,
like
Pandora's bag, I think.
And if I'm in the Bronx, it'll
He
show
would
me my
have
He
that
could
satchel.
pull it out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like all kinds of cool shit.
That's
like
what she said.
Like when they make these fucking 9,000 Avengers referendums that you can just like list out. That's what we really need.
Like a
for
compendium
this.
or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, there is a world of stories to be told for this. So really, hopefully, the series is sold well. Hopefully, the trade also sells well, and Boom Studios okays a volume 2 for this because it is so needed, guys. If you didn't read Alsop 1 through 8, go out and get the trade when it comes out. It is so worth your time. It is worth more of your time than anything DC or Marvel has put out all fucking year. Especially any of that Avengers bullshit. We'll get to that later on in the show. One thing I do want to tell you is, and it's not a spoiler either, it's like right in the beginning of the book, the 9/11 thing is handled very tastefully, very well done, and
It's not patronizing at all.
Not disrespectful in any way.
It's realistic.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it would happen.
It's a really great story, and the book doesn't end there.
No.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Is that shit gets done in the middle somewhere, and then you're like, well, what else could happen?
Did you read that first? not to cut you off, but is that the first book you read?
This is the first book I read coming home from the comic shop.
How long did it take you to stop thinking about this to pick up another book? It took me a fucking while. I'm like, I can't read right now. Usually I go from one book to the other.
I was kind of like this, like just
I couldn't.
chilling at the last page, and I'm like,
excuse me.
Bless you.
It was just like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
as the kiddies would say, right in the feels, just gets you. Like, damn,
Yeah.
fucked up book, man.
And we have a deadline because we're filming on Thursdays now.
Yeah.
So we have like less than 24 hours from getting our books to read shit
Just
for the
marathon
show.
reading shit.
But
Yeah.
this book's
Binge
just like,
reading, yeah.
You had to stop like this.
You gotta like chill for a
gotta let it
second,
soak in
take a
for a
step
little bit,
back
yeah.
for a while.
Oh, hey, you know what? Any book that can make you do that, that gets my vote.
The writing has been absolutely stellar, and Pally Schmidt has done a great job in setting the tone with these like really dulled out. I'm assuming it's like watercolor or maybe a gouache or
Looks like
pastel-y
it, yeah.
kind of thing. It seems to be like a fairly loose medium that he's using. You can see by just some of the artwork, like even on the first page here with like the trees in the background, like you can tell he's just kind of playing with the brush and the colors and everything. Very muted style, and it really fits the tone. And it's just little dabs of color on the characters from an art standpoint is very well done.
It's kind of painted like as if you're seeing everything from the perspective of somebody who can actually see spirits and can actually view the spirit world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, the style, the artistic style of the book just fits it absolutely perfect.
And then it fits with the humor in it because the book has fucking humor.
Oh,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
pretty dark.
So it's like
fucking
it goes
humor.
from
It's
dark
dark,
to
yeah.
like dark humor. It's all over the place. It's just
Alsop's a sarcastic bastard.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Just bad, yeah.
Guys, tell us what you thought of Thomas Alsop. I know a few of you out there are reading it. You have commented before. I want to hear what you thought of the ending, and you know, maybe we'll even read off a couple of those, so you know other people can see and be enticed into getting the book. Because the more people that are enticed into getting this book, then the more incentive Boom Studios has to give us more of the book.
Seriously.
And continue the story from where it left off.
I remember
Let's hope.
a while back. I don't remember which one it was. Oh no, I do remember. It was a Mega Man book actually, where I was sitting there, and it was like the first time in the history of doing a show that I read the book, and it was the first arc of Mega Man, and you know the artwork matched like the cartoon and the video game and everything, and they had all of the different characters that he had to fight, the little bosses and everything.
Yeah.
And the arc was only 6 issues. Now you know you had 8 bosses.
Well, the first
6
one,
in
you
the
had
first
6,
one.
yeah.
But then you had all the Wily levels and everything, so it was
Right.
kind of glossed. You know, it was gone through quickly.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time I turned around, I was like, "Yo, I would not have minded if that was a fucking 12-issue arc.
Right.
Like I would have read the whole thing and enjoyed every moment of it. This is one of those points where I already want more. Like I need this. I need issue 9 of 8 to be coming out next month. Seriously. Guys, write us in questions@Pete'sBasement.com, Facebook.com/Pete'sBasement, and hit us up on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow us for up-to-the-minute reviews and all other kinds of crazy shit that we decided to say over the course of each and every day. So, you want to give him 2? Because this was a really great week.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think if we had to choose, you know what? I'll let you choose because Star Wars or Conan. They were both really good, and I did not. You know what? You want to do Star Wars because I didn't really expect to like that.
Okay, you could do Star Wars. I had an issue or two of it, but
All right, I'd like to. I would like to hear that then, because I mean, I'm not the biggest Star Wars nerd like I am Spidey or something like that.
no, not like Trish.
Certainly not.
Jeez.
Yeah, Rich's wife Trish is a huge Star Wars nerd. You will piss her off if you say the wrong thing.
I would love to know what she thinks of this.
I would like to.
Yeah,
as well,
that's a good
actually.
question. That's a good question.
In a safe environment, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
preferably
Well, listen,
like in prison
listen,
with the phone.
It's perfectly safe to ask her what she thinks of it. Now, if you give your opinion of it and it's not, that's where you start
He's got a point. Yeah.
treading dangerous waters. So
This book takes place in between episodes 4 and 5.
Yes.
yes,
Which is really cool. Like I like this idea, you know, like 'cause we're already very familiar with. Because where else the fuck would it go? We've done, you know, all of the past stuff after the 3 movies.
They haven't done enough for the past. Between 3 and 4, I don't think they've done enough. I love the fucking cartoon. It was between 2 and 3, I believe. And that was going
Clone Wars?
awesome. Yes.
You talking about the Clone Wars? Okay.
Yes, and that was
Clone Wars
awesome.
Well, now are you talking about the short miniseries that Cartoon Network did, or the extended?
I like them both.
Okay.
But I like
I've
them.
only seen
The extended ones are just fantastic.
I have the shorts. I have the shorts. That's pretty funny.
You have a pair of Star Wars shorts?
No, actually, I don't. But no, I have the 2 seasons they did of the short films for Cartoon Network of the Clone Wars. I have those both on DVD.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
They're awesome.
I never really got into, because I was like, how much longer can they possibly keep this up? Before, I mean, I knew you could go an infinite amount of time before it's like, okay, now we're at episode 3.
What I wanted to see was between 3 and 4.
Right.
How Darth Vader and the Empire really gets into power, and how they finish off killing off any Jedis if there's any around.
Right.
That's what I wanted to see.
But you knew it was going to have like Luke and all of them in it, so it was going to have. I mean, just judging from the covers, it was.
I know, and I'm so sick and tired of them. Especially since the movie's coming out, and it's going to be the older ones.
Right. And it's going to introduce a
shit.
whole new
I've been
set
collecting
of...
comic books of Star Wars books for a while now.
Okay.
From Dark Horse.
And none of those are canon at this point. Like, they're not even...
They should be.
Well,
Lucas... It's like they're taking pieces of it.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. When Disney bought the franchise from Lucas, they immediately... I think they immediately put together a group of people to decide what is canon of everything that's been published since. Outside of the films, what is going to be canon and what isn't. And I'm pretty sure that they axed a lot of stuff. Which sucks because there are a lot of really cool characters that came out of it.
Really pissed off about that.
And understandably so.
Hey, I mean, man, if you're a fan, I mean, it's fucked up.
Because Star Wars has a sick following.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Star Trek, there's some shit out there that just you don't fuck with.
Right.
So... obviously, what you said about it being between episodes 3 and 4, that would make for a great storyline. Maybe we'll even see that in the future from Marvel at some point. But being that the storyline was between 4 and 5, how did you feel about just the book in general?
Because I already know so much about it, we know what's going to happen when Empire Strikes Back and shit.
Right.
We know where it's leading up to. You know, the Rebels are coming off a fucking great high. Awesome, good for them. But we know the Empire's going to come back and whoop their ass.
Right.
So knowing that, it's like, just a lot of
I don't know. I was enjoying the kind of sexual tension between Han Solo and Princess Leia.
See, we got that in episodes 4, 5, and 6. Until 6 when he finally got it. You know, that's
he got it in 5 before he got slabbed.
That's why I would have liked 3 and 4.
In the single greatest line in nerd history, fuck the upside down kiss from Spider-Man. I mean, when a girl stands there and says, I love you, and you just, I know. Like,
yeah.
Dude, everyone else needs to turn in their player card to you. That was solid. I mean... The artwork is good. I like that it matched, the characters a lot. My favorite part in the whole thing was, obviously, anytime Vader's in a panel, shit's badass.
You knew he was coming.
Chewie, I didn't. I knew
the whole time that it was going to be Vader.
That's a shit.
He's the only negotiator worth a damn.
Obviously.
Because look, you've got brand spanking new Empire officers who are a bunch of dicks, but they're incompetent because Vader keeps killing them all, and you've got stormtroopers who are fucking clones. Who else is going to be the great negotiator?
When he fucking Chewie's shooting at him and he just grabs the stormtroopers and uses the force to fucking put him in front of him? That was fucking cool. But when he takes the fucking lightsaber and just uses that to blast the bullets out of the way, badass.
Yeah.
You saw the fan film with Darth Vader versus Batman?
No. I didn't even know about this.
Dude, it is literally Batman versus Darth Vader.
How do you not send these things to me?
I don't know. Maybe I was...
Don't even spoil it for me. I will YouTube it later and find out. And maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. So, anyways, Darth Vader is just awesome, man.
But best part was you know, when Luke is hearing Obi-Wan and he's like, this is the guy that killed my father, and he's like, Luke, run.
Now, that actually does bring up a bit of a problem I have with the book, is that do you really have to drop Darth Vader in right away?
That's why I wasn't expecting him.
Right. I see both sides. I mean, I knew it was him that was going to show up. But even when he did show up, you're just kind of like...
Too much too soon?
Too much too soon.
Even though it was towards the end of the issue, it was just too soon.
Right.
But you know what was fucking awesome? They had these, and I don't know if they were part of the, literally, like 50 variant covers that they had for this motherfucker.
It was like the whole alphabet.
They went, Midtown Comics lists all the variant covers up to Z, and then like they had to start again. It was like ZA, ZB, ZC, all the way up to ZZ.
It's absurd.
It's fucking ridiculous. And as a matter of fact, you know what? We got a question on that, which I'll get to in 1 second, but I saw these awesome variants that I'm not sure were official, if they were just fan-made, like maybe somebody just drew them up himself. But they were all Boba Fett covers, paying homage to classic comic book covers. The one that really rung out to me was the cover to Amazing Spider-Man 129 with the first appearance of Punisher.
That's
Boba
great...
Fett standing there like this, and it's Han Solo like Spider-Man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. That's pretty badass.
But I don't know if they're real or not.
Who cares?
If they are, I want them. That's why. Like, I will spend the money on that.
Right.
Which brings me to our good buddy Victor Jarvis, who said, one, did Pete ever catch up on his Swamp Thing reading? Not yet. I will, however, catch up by the time the last issue rolls out. That's a promise. Does it turn you off when companies like Avatar have multiple variant covers on each and every issue? Avatar, no.
Avatar is their thing.
Right.
It's almost fun.
And they don't charge extra for the variants.
Which is cool.
Awesome. So if you...
Dynamite does the same shit too.
Yes, they
even though there's always that one exclusive or retail incentive
But
shit.
even the retailer incentive, you'll usually find like somewhere in the rack.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll be either the cover price, maybe it's like an extra $1 or two.
Yeah.
But like Avatar, when I was buying the Night of the Living Dead books, I would always go for the gore cover. But, you know, some people like that big-ass wraparound or something like that. And then there was the classic movie cover, like it looked like a film reel. So when Avatar does it, excuse me, no, I don't mind.
Let's a.
When other companies do it, however, variant covers in general are kind of a ripoff. Agree or disagree? Thanks. A little column A, a little column B.
Yeah, well, the question is, are the publishers the ones driving the cost of said variant covers?
Absolutely.
You know, because I mean, I never really bothered to dig into that. I had a feeling you would know the answer, and you do, so awesome. But you know, I think it would be kind of a dick move by the publishers to try to jack the price up on like special variant covers that wasn't already mandated by the big publishers.
I think variants suck. Not the quality of them, because some like Jim Lee did a Hush variant where it's half him and half the other guy.
That's the RRP
isn't
variant.
Isn't it like $200 when it first came out back then?
Yeah, now it's like $1,100.
Now
You can't even fucking find that.
Now it's fucking mortgage money.
And I got news for you. It's really not that nice.
It isn't that nice.
Cover.
I liked it, but it wasn't that nice.
It's not $1,500 worth of nice.
But I got all the fucking covers in that series.
So, and that's the one that's bugging you.
And I was like, fucking horror cut. And it was unnecessary.
Right.
And I think, honestly, you hurt the market more.
You know what the problem really comes down to is, one, jacking up the price, like you said, for certain artist covers that they know people are going to go for. Like a Scott Campbell cover is always going to run you anywhere between $15 and like $30, give or take.
Okay, that's actually not too bad though for a Scott Campbell cover.
That's an average price. Sometimes they'll throw out a $200 one and you want to punch somebody in the face.
Right.
That statement's a problem. It's not so bad for a Scott Campbell cover. A cover should be the cover.
Agreed.
Unless it's like a specific type of paper or a gimmicky thing.
You know, like they also have to pay the artist fees, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody works for free, and artists don't get the same rate. So that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Look at Alex Ross. When Marvel was doing those 75th anniversary covers, I fucking love Alex Ross, and I want all those covers. I'm still missing a few of them, but those are anywhere between $50 and $75 each.
And meanwhile, he's doing the Guardians 3000 covers.
Right. And he does random Dynamite covers that are $3.99. Yeah, $2.99, whatever. So, and he had said previously that when he was working for Dynamite, he would only do variant covers if they build him and the other artist equally. Because
50-50.
Yeah, and he's like, don't charge anything extra for mine. Obviously, he didn't have the same conversation with Marvel.
Right.
Whether that's on him or...
I think that's more on Marvel.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't know where Joe Quesada gets the idea that he can fucking charge $200 for his variant covers.
God.
His art's not that good.
Thank you.
Never was.
Yeah. It's 90s good.
To each their own.
You grade on a curve.
But
I mean, you know what? I actually liked it. I actually did like his artwork when he did work on X Factor in the 90s. But
X Factor had that kind of gritty style, period.
Right. It warranted it. But beyond that, I could take or leave it.
Yeah.
And now you look at these 50 plus, variant covers for Star Wars, and I think the point should come down to, first of all, nobody should spend $600 on a variant cover, a variant sketch cover or whatever. I don't care if it's 1 in 50, 1 in 200. I don't care how many it is.
How many books can you get, like good quality, like
with that money?
Statues.
If you want to get one book from the fucking golden age that is a better investment with that $600 than you're going to spend on a fucking new book. I don't care if you're the biggest Star Wars fanboy on earth. I don't care if you're George Lucas's fucking illegitimate fucking love cousin. No.
Also,
no.
From a business point, wouldn't you want to make this as cheap as possible so everybody gets it and everybody's connected to the upcoming movie?
The original idea for variant covers is what should still be. The market now plays to the OCD in us all, that collecting aspect where we need every little fucking thing.
They prey upon the completionists.
Right.
Yeah.
And those people kind of deserve what the fuck they get. They don't have the mentality to say, wow, I could use this money for better things. Whether it's food for my baby or fucking, a Golden Age comic book or whatever.
I might have to do an extra on this, but I have the same feeling regarding video games and their DLC, downloadable content.
Right.
They do the exact same thing. They prey on the completionists, and fuck if I'm one of them.
I'm going to be one of them when I get Lego Batman 3. There's so much downloadable content.
Bro, I remember playing Street Fighter and seeing fucking, some crazy-ass outfits and shit. Ryu fighting in Hakama pants and everything. I'm like, that's fucking badass. I want that. I ain't spending $20 on it.
And Pete just choked on Ramon's fart. Awesome.
Thanks. The point is, Victor, people should buy the cover that they want, not the cover that they need. Whether that cover that you want is $30 or it's $3 or it's $100, buy the cover that you want because you follow the artist, or you like the particular style, or Leia's fucking tits are out.
Whatever you want.
Whatever your reasoning to justify whatever price tag is on it, that's on you.
That's a problem.
So, and if you want something, you will convince yourself that it's worth it. That's the collector's aspect.
Gabrielle Deodo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pricey.
Dude, you know the fucking ordeal
I know.
that I went through. You know.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's that completionist aspect again.
But yeah.
So yes, variant covers are fucking overrated. They're ridiculous. They will be the bane of the marketplace forevermore. Collectors should really just get the cover that they want. If you want to make a sound investment, get what you can afford and turn the motherfucker on eBay.
Or make an even stronger investment and, like Pete said, buy yourself a Silver Age book. And it'll be worth probably more than double if you get it slabbed and wait about 5 or 10 years.
Or right before a movie comes out.
Yep.
Bam.
Ultron #1 on eBay is going to be the first appearance of Ultron. Is gonna be crazy.
Dude, do you even know what the first appearance of Ant-Man is going for? The Scott Lang shit is like a $500 to $1,000 book right now. Wow. It's a Bronze Age book. Are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous. You don't have it, do you?
No, I don't. I don't have a lot of Bronze Age first appearances because I never really wanted them, and they were all $10 and $20, and I never bought them. And now they fucking cost me as much as a Silver Age shit, and well, fuck you to the MCU for that.
Do you have the first Luke Cage?
Yes.
Okay.
I managed to fucking get a hold of that in pretty decent condition too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because Netflix movies and all that, you know?
Oh, no, I've actually got all the Netflix first appearances except for Jessica Jones, but I don't care. I don't care about her. I wanted Ant-Man. I want Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's book is like fucking $300-400, and I'm not talking Marvel. I'm talking Carol Danvers.
Yeah. Oh wow, really?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous shit.
That's crazy.
Tell me how I really feel.
Tell you who I'm looking for though is fucking Peggy Carter. Gonna get that one soon before fucking shit goes down.
I'm looking for Haley Atwell too. Oh, you mean? Forget it.
Oh, Haley.
She's incredible.
Before we close out the show, I want to thank Chris DiMatteo for writing in and answering our buddy Steve Castigliola's question.
Awesome.
How to jump on Green Arrow if you just got into the show and you want to look into the character a little bit more. Chris said, if you wanted to jump on the current series, start at issue 35. It's a new start. It's the start of a new arc and has been arrowed a little bit. They had introduced Felicity recently. They introduced John Diggle like a year or so ago. So that's obviously what he means by that. They probably changed the costume a bit as well, so it'll be a little bit more recognizable. Also, pick up the trade paperback Year One. Good place to start. Kind of see how he started out.
They're always good.
And the Longbow Hunter is another good one, just like you mentioned. Chris, thank you very much, and I'm sure our buddy Steve will be very appreciative. Guys, this is the point in the show where we close out and we tell you all about the awesome things that you get in the subscription. Remember, for 99 cents, you can always just rent this episode, get the rest of the video. You can see our pretty shining fucking faces in it, and the thing magically deletes itself in 2 days. For $1.99, you can get this episode forevermore. It is DTF. It is fucking down to fuck with you and all your friends on every platform you have, whether you want to put it from the computer into the TV, take it with you on the train or the bus ride to work, wherever you want to go, it is with you forever. Or for $3.99, you get this episode and all of the other videos that we put out all month. Guys, we had just the most stupid, fucking retarded time this evening with Steve, laughing our asses off for like a half hour to 45 minutes, trying to shoot the show, but not succeeding.
Failing miserably.
Because we were just laughing our asses off.
You notice Steve isn't here.
Steve is not here. He had to actually leave because he had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So that's why we are going to give that to you so you can see all the fun stuff that you get when you subscribe. So be sure to be on the lookout on Pete's Basement Extras for that. And and by the way, if you get the $3.99 subscription, you get 2-week trial for free. So you get 6 episodes for the price of 4. You get the first 2 weeks for free, and then if you don't like it for whatever reason, you can you can cancel it and you don't get charged. But like I said, you made it this far, chances are you're gonna like it. I mean, we think we're funny. That's really what it comes down to. And you get the show early. Once the episode's done and edited and goes up on our buddy pivotshare.com site, you get a hold of it. Usually like Saturday-ish, Sunday, as soon as the editing is completed.
Depending on when we recover from our drunken stupor the night before.
Usually.
Yeah.
So that means if we're having a contest this week, you already know about it. You don't have to worry about chiming in late on Tuesday. You get all the information lickety-split as soon as it's available. And you can also backtrack all of the other episodes on PivotShare. So, we're in Season 8 now. You can check out Season 7 on there. There's like a good 15 to 20 episodes on there that you can sit back and watch for absolutely nothing. Take them wherever the hell you want. Show them to your friends. Invite the guys and the girls over for a Pete's Basement party. Play fucking Twister. I would like you guys to play Twister for us. That is something you should do. I'd like Pete's Basement to be responsible for like some random boob grabs. That would make me very happy. Like I could die in peace with that.
And we need photos and video.
Ramon would be very thrilled. Like just to know that your presence has inspired, boob
grabbage.
Yeah.
Of course.
Guys, thank you once again for tuning in. Be sure to keep on the lookout for the HellBoy contest. That image will be up on Tuesday morning, and we will see you next week. So, guys, a really close runner-up for Book of the Week this week was Conan Meets Red Sonja.
Yes.
By Gail Simone.
I interviewed her.
You did interview
her. You did.
And you talked about this book. Would you like to...
This book is awesome. It's a classic crossover book. It's done well. She wrote it well. I have some qualms with the fucking art.
I don't know why, man. I thought the artwork was fantastic.
Thank you.
You read Conan normally?
What's the matter?
Off and
Are her
on.
tits not big enough?
No.
Fucking candy canes. Christmas is like last year. That was fucking gangster.
If I get an asthma attack.
I think I just peed a little bit.
Oh my god, I can't laugh anymore. I can't fucking speak anymore. Holy shit.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
You might be right. I might not be in the episode. I might just be...
Oh, my everything hurts.
I can't believe you did that. Oh my god.